Man, Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
What's going on? Make sure you check out our new sponsor, Cell Phone Buyers Recyclers. They pay cash for smartphones and tablets. Like and share their social media pages, Facebook and Instagram, and websites in the description for a chance to win an iPhone. What you waiting on? Hurry up and go get that iPhone.
During a Q&A with the fans, Teofimo Lopez gave his top 5 fighters currently. And let's get into it. We back, Goodfellas Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Top of his list was Terrence Crawford. He also had Canelo in there. He had Tyson Fury in there. He had Inoue in there. And then he also had Lomachenko in there as well, too. Right? And he said, obviously, you got Lomachenko. And one of the things I like that he did in the list, he put Lomachenko on there because, you know, too often in boxing, the young fighters and the trainers and stuff of that nature, they diminish their opponent's accomplishments. So, you know, oh, he ain't this good. He don't do this. He don't do that. And yesterday we talked about how, you know, in the Golovkin video I done, how they built Golovkin up, you know what I'm saying, and Canelo up. And, you know, then when Canelo beat Golovkin, they want to diminish, you know, what he's done. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Golovkin was old, or you robbed him, or you fight him in a trilogy, he too old. So what you do is you build them up. Oh, yeah, he pound for pound number 1, or he pound for pound top 5, or he's an exceptional fighter instead of, you know, you ain't that good, you a bum, you this, that, and the third. No, give your opponent his credit. Tyson Fury did it with Deontay Wilder. Oh, he's one of the biggest punchers I faced. Oh, he's a good fighter, whoop-de-whoop. So then when you cash that, when you write that check his ass can't cash, and it's time to cash it, you know, you get all the credit in the world plus some. So Teofimo Lopez is very, very smart. You know, his father do the talking. You know, Lomachenko and this, we're going to destroy him, this and that. Yeah, rank him up there too. Big him up. Put him on a pedestal, because once you beat him, it's just going to be that much more sweeter. And too many times in boxing, these dudes get emotional. They discredit the opponent themselves. So the media can go back and say, well, you said he wasn't nothing. You said he was garbage anyway. So why should we get credit? And what you got to know is, once you a talker in boxing, no matter if it's Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, Roy Jones, it's a large percentage of the world that want to see you get your ass kicked. The world loves the underdog because the world love the losers. They love the losers. When you dominant, one of the ways you know you dominant is if you got haters. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know you dominant. You know, if you a loser, they show you love like LeBron. If you are truly a dominant athlete, you know, you're going to have a bunch of haters. Don't let people say everybody loved Mike. A lot of percentage of people hated Michael Jordan. I was one of them. Obviously, I'm a Piston fan, but I was one of them. You know, but you respected them. You respected Muhammad Ali. A lot of people hated Muhammad Ali. The Louisville Lip. But you know what? People respected Ali. A lot of people hate Floyd, hate what he done. If Floyd had already lost and he came back and this, that, and the third, people would love Floyd. Deontay Wilder finally came down to earth. All of a sudden, he getting all this love. You know what I'm saying? Tyson Fury, let's talk about him for a second. Tyson Fury, before he beat Vladimir Klitschko, he got a lot of hate. He couldn't find two fans to have a conversation together around the world. Once, you know, quote unquote, he had mental health and he had coke habits and all that, whatever his problem, drug addiction it was, then he came back, people started rooting for him to win. That's just the nature of most human beings on this planet. They want to see you hit rock bottom. They want to see you fall. They don't want to see nobody be perfect. They don't want to see nobody be great. You know, they want to see you have a stain on your shirt, a stain or sweat on your rep. That's what it's all about. You know, same with Sean Porter, man. Until Sean Porter lost to Errol Spence, he didn't get no respect. As a fighter, as a man. He didn't get no respect as a father, as a coach. As soon as he lost and he gave a valiant effort versus Errol Spence, now he everybody's favorite fighter now. One of his favorite lovable loser fighters. You know, and that's just the God honest truth. So it's amazing that Floyd Mayweather maintained, cherry picking or not. If it was that easy, everybody be doing it. If he maintained this record with that, you know, insurmountable pressure on him. And Lopez has opened himself up to be a villain. You know, but he already becoming a smart villain. Like, yeah, Lomachenko top. Of course, Lomachenko top 5. He's a great fighter. So when you whoop that ass, you know, it was a great fighter in there. This is what you said. This is what you see. Sometimes you could say, well, Max Kellerman, this is what you said about Lomachenko. And then they come back and say, well, you said he was a bum. You made him look like a bum. This way, it's harder for the media and the fans to diminish your accomplishment. So most fighters still big up their opponent. Put him on a pedestal. Oh, he's one of the best fighters I've been anywhere with. See the way he cracked the old boy? Oh, he great. So after the fight, they don't diminish it. But it's a solid list. A lot of top rank guys on there, people will say. But, top rank got the best stable in boxing right now. At one point, it was PBC, by a country mile. But Bob Arum been in this game for 54 years now? And now his stable running off with it. I can't complain with the fighters he picked. Canelo, you fight the best, even though I think he's a cheater. Anuya, one of my top 5 favorite fighters right now. Fury, knuckle in, knuckle out. Wilder still got knocked out. Lomachenko, he a good fighter as well, but we got to see what Teofimo Lopez is going to do. And Teofimo Lopez is going to gain a new fan base. All the people that's mad that Lomachenko, beat up on Rigondeaux and they just don't like him because he was top rank or feel like, he been given a lot in his career that he didn't deserve. They're going to hop on the Teofimo Lopez bandwagon. But his list is good, Some great fighters. You have PBC apologists. This guy, well, they don't really have a lineal star yet. All the stars they had, man, they stopped them from growing. Keith Thurman, Errol Spence. Instead of, feeding them the fighters they want to feed them over the course of their career, they doing the same shit they was doing 5-6 years ago and still having accomplished what we want them to accomplish now. Tank Davis just babysitting. Leo Santa Cruz, career's been stagnant. AB starting fail. Jamil and Jamal Charlo, they still ain't became what they supposed to be. David Benavidez and Caleb Plant, they gonna face the same fate as the rest of the guys we said. Deontay Wilder's the one they built up. They put less into Deontay Wilder than they put or gonna put in most of the fighters we named. That's a fact. And Premier Boxing Champions just, MC Hammer, wise word, MC, can't touch this. Because they killed their own farm system. They killed their own fighters. When you got so many great fighters and you're not willing to sacrifice some of them and make the best fights, this is what you get. A whole bunch of veteran fighters that could have done so much more than they done. And really, the pinnacle and the highlight of their careers getting on a pointless pay-per-view. So before you get the people coming in the comments saying, PBC, they why no PBC fighters up? Because ain't none of them worthy. No PBC fighter better than the 5 fighters he named right now, in my opinion. Can some of them beat them? Absolutely. Tank Davis got the star power and he got the potential, just not the discipline right now to be one of the best in the sport. Earl Spence, on a good day, healthy, hey, anything can happen versus him and Bud. Not saying it can't. Deontay Wilder, if he get with Foreman, he show him how to, balance, get on his toes, bring his stance in, and get that left jab pumping, anything can happen. Stephen Fulton, can he go in there and do some things with a New York with that skill set? Possibly. But as far as building that farm system up and taking some of their top players and building them into stars, they've not done that yet. Top Rank, the knock on them was they built great prospects. But guess what? They don't want to play ball with everybody else. They don't want to unify. They don't want to make nothing but in-house fights. Who did that sound like right now? That sound like PBC. PBC is doing what Top Rank did in the beginning of the last decade. And that's why Top Rank in the position they in now. Top Rank is mainly responsible for why we don't have boxing on HBO no more. Because Bob Arum came in with the gas face. People who remember that. In the 90s, he came in with the gas face and was hating on Al Heyman and didn't want to work with nobody. Now that he's seen his company capital fall, he know he got to work with Eddie. He want to work with Al now because he's already been down that road. Al Heyman going down that road. And at some point in this decade, he going to be willing to play ball with it like with everybody else, just like Bob Arum learned. And for somebody that been in the sport 54 years of Bob Arum, it's wonderful that Al Heyman may only be 10 years behind him in learning his boxing lessons. So if he learned this lesson and start making the best fight with whoever, learn how to matchmake and grow his fighters, he gonna be a bad motherfucker. He gonna be one of the greatest dudes to ever do it in boxing. But hey, Goodfellas Sports TV. I'll link the article from Boxing Scene in the news if you want to read it. In the description, you want to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All the information there. You want to make a donation to the channel, that link's in the description. Best way to donate for your boy is share the video. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you guys think about this list. Crawford, Canelo, Fury, and Nuyuwa, and Versailles.